Welcome back. We're here to have a quick discussion about the current situation at Manchester United. I mean, Matt, it's been a really bad start to the season, hasn't it? But Di Maria's come in for a British record fee. Do you think it's 60 million well spent?
I think it is, yeah. I mean, 60 million is a lot of money, isn't it? I mean, you remember the days where it used to be 30 million, didn't it? Used to be a lot of money for a player. But you have to spend the money. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't that convinced about Di Maria a couple of seasons ago as a winger. But last season for Real Madrid, playing centre midfield or as the more advanced of the midfielders, he was just unbelievable. 17 league assists, I think it's 22 overall. Just so influential, man of the match in Champions League final. He was a massive reason why they won the Champions League last season, not just the final, but the competition as a whole. And I think he's a big player that's come in, and he's going to be great.
Barnes, do you think the money could have been better spent elsewhere?
I do, yeah. I mean, as you said, £60 million is a lot of money. Di Maria, there's no doubting he's a world-class player, and when you've got the likes of Rooney, Van Persie, Mata already there, that front four looks formidable. But they need another defender for sure, and they need a holding midfielder, someone to drive forward. I don't think Di Maria is that. I think there were priorities ahead of Di Maria, and I think it'll be a good signing, but I think they could have spent the money better. They need more signings, that's for sure, I think.
Matt, I mean, if they don't bring in a new defender or a new defensive midfielder, do you think there's any way they can get in the top four?
I think there is. I mean, it's the injury situation, is it, at the minute? I mean, Luke Shaw obviously getting injured before the start of the season was far from ideal. I think he's going to be back in 3 weeks, maybe. I mean, a lot of people, it's been a bad start to the season, but you've got to think about the injuries. I mean, Luke Shaw's been out, Chris Smalling's injured now, Raphael, he was injured. I'm not sure, I don't know if Louis van Gaal fancies him, but he's going to get in the team, hopefully. And I think when you've got Evans, Rojo, and Phil Jones, there's the three at the back with Raphael and Shaw, I think that's a good enough. But it's injuries again, isn't it? I still think they need another defender. But who is there? You can't get Mats Hummels. Benatia has gone to Bayern Munich. Daley Blind, he's not really a centre back, is he? He can play left wing back, but it's difficult, isn't it?
Do you think of a player they could get in central defence, Barnes?
I'm not sure, to be honest. There was a lot of talk about Hummels, but they need to spend big on a world-class one. I mean, it will be a different story when they get all their players fully fit again. They will win more games than they lose once they have a fully fit squad. But for me, if they don't sign anyone else, if they don't sign another defender, a world-class defender, there's no way they're getting in that top four, even with Di Maria.
Matt, I saw some preferred 11s online last night, and that had Vidal, Di Maria, if Vidal can come in, and Herrera in the middle, and there was no place for Juan Mata in Louis van Gaal's supposed preferred team. Does that make any sense to you?
No. Well, Juan Mata has to play for me. I mean, his goal record, I think he's got something like 7 in his last 8, something like that, in his last 9 Premier League games. He's a great player. The problem is he's got no pace. And United had paced the team. Last season when they lost at home to Liverpool, there was no pace in the team. Liverpool could push forward because it was Mata, Rooney, Van Persie, and none of them are pacey players. They're all great players. They're all world-class players, but they're not pacey. And that's why Di Maria is such a good signing, because he's got pace, he can do everything, he can dribble. But Juan Mata has to play for me. Where do you play him? It's difficult. I mean, Di Maria played centre midfield last season. If he's going to go 3-5-2, which I think he is, Di Maria can play centre mid, Mata can play off the front again, but it's a lot of things to think about, I think, around how.
Barnes, Matt's saying about the lack of pace, but Danny Welbeck is one player that has that, but it looks like he's going to be leaving the club.
For me, they can't afford to lose him at the moment. I mean, he's been a figure of fun for a lot of people over his time at Manchester United, but he's the only real one with pace in the attack. Obviously, they brought Di Maria in now, but they need someone else. I mean, Rooney can break quickly, but only if he's got players around with him. I remember a few years ago when they had Ronaldo and Rooney, that counter-attacking goal they scored against Arsenal in the Champions League. There's no chance they could do anything like that. You know how good counter-attacking football is now, with Liverpool doing it with Sterling and Sturridge. United just haven't got that at the moment. Unless they replace Welbeck with another pacey striker, for me they can't afford to get rid of him.
Okay, Matt, just to finish, so obviously you're a United fan. Is there still optimism in the camp? Do you still think you can get in the top four?
Goal series. I mean, there's been a big thing about it. I mean, a lot of people are pleased that United aren't doing well, and I think as a United fan, you have to take that. You can't win all the time. It's the way it goes. It goes in phases, doesn't it? But you have to be sensible about it. You can't, throw your toys out the pram. It's all right to be angry about the situation, but things will improve. They will improve. Players back, Di Maria coming in, another player will come in. I think it should be Daley Blind. I think it'd be great cover for the wing-back positions in central midfield. I still think we'll finish fourth. Our back third beginning the season. Not sure about that, but top four, I think we'll finish in the top four. Di Maria is a great signing.
Okay, so he thinks they'll finish in the top four, Barnes?
Definitely.
Not a chance, not unless they sign another world-class defender and maybe a central midfield as well. They still need to spend another at least 50 million for me to get in top four.
Okay, thanks for watching.